6piece Reblooming Compact Daylily. So I had this on our show about 2 weeks ago, completely sold out, and we got them back. And I am telling you, these things are gorgeous. Look at the color. They are absolutely beautiful. They're everyone's favorite. Multicolor, beautiful and charming, easy to grow. You get a huge value because you are getting 6 separate plants. 6 plants in these beautiful colors. You're getting it 2 of the Fragrant Returns, 2 of the Pardon Me, and 2 of the Stella D'Oro. These are great in containers, they're great in beds, they're great in borders, walkways. They're super hardy, and they will be back year after year after year. 695746. Let me introduce you to our special guest. Miss Rochelle Greer is joining us again. There she is from Boston. I hope your weather is a little better there than it is down here.
Oh, it's rainy, but nice. It's not too bad.
At least we got flowers, right?
Exactly. Everything's greening up, which is nice.
It's beautiful. So tell us about these. These are our compact daylilies.
Yeah, so I love these. These are a big hit up here in New England where I'm at because they're just so reliable. They're reliable up here where it gets really cold, but they're reliable all the way south down by where you are in Florida and even farther north. They're fully hardy all the way to zone 4. So that is basically everywhere in the US. So you don't have to worry about that. These are literally like the easiest plants to grow. They come like this. You're gonna get the root stock. I'm gonna show you here. And usually they'll have a little bit of green on it, but maybe not. You might just see a little like nub of green, maybe not a full green thing. And honestly, you cannot go wrong with these. If you, even if you plant it upside down like that, it's still going to grow. There's nothing you can do to make these not grow for you. And then these are going to be some of the longest lasting perennials in your garden. They are literally will grow for decades. They will spread slowly, so you can get these beautiful, like you see in the pictures here, like rows and hedges of them. You can split them and give them away after a few years. They're just so reliable. You know, in fact, the Stella D'Oro is the considered the most reliable of the daylilies, of all the daylilies. Daylilies being extremely reliable plants, the Stella D'Oro is like the king of that. And then the Pardon Me, the red one there is like the red version of the Stella D'Oro. Those two are just such solid plants. You're going to get blooms, blooms, blooms all summer long. You just, there's no going wrong with these.
I love them. You know, and for $20, Rochelle, to get all 6 plants.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, so this would, I would imagine this might be season 2 when you pick them up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're gonna get a decent plant the first year, but they'll be small. But then they're gonna continue to grow and have that gorgeous grassy foliage for every year. The clump will just get bigger and bigger, and you'll find after a few years you'll probably want to split it because that clump will maybe even get too big, and you can ultimately get like a few plants out of it. They split really easily. I've split mine countless times and given them. All my friends have all my daylilies at this point because they're such easy to grow beautiful plants that you really can create a lot of nice features with. These are going to bloom in that hard to have blooms. We have a lot of things that bloom in the spring, and then we have a lot of things that get really beautiful in the fall. This is one of those things that's going to be in that midsummer, July time frame. They're going to be throwing out those blooms. And that's the thing about daylilies, by the way. They're called daylilies because those blooms, every flower lasts a day, and then it throws out another one. So, these are just workhorse plants. They're constantly throwing out a new flower every day, and not just one flower. They get many flowers on them.
I have them in the side yard of my around the corner of my house, and they're beautiful. And they grow. You know where I have them growing? All up right along the house, like right along the edge there, and they all pop up, which is great because then I kind of weed around them when I go through. But I love the colors, and you know, and I forget from season to season which colors are which, and they all just come. They just come popping out, almost like they're saying hello. And for $20, to be able to have all 6, You're not picking one. You get all 6. You get 2 of each variety, so you can spread them out if you like. I love what Rochelle said about them being hardy and easy growers, because we actually try to bring, everything we try to bring is an easy grower. Once in a while, we'll bring something that's a little bit more of a challenge because our gardeners want that. But to give you an idea of how we make it easy, we know where you live when you order. All right, because you give us, we have your address, we have you online, so we know where you live. And based on where you live in the country, we know when to ship. You won't be charged until they ship out, but if you live in the northern half of the country, you're still gonna be waiting till May. If you live a little bit below that, you're gonna be getting your flowers relatively soon because we're halfway through April. If you live lower than the middle part of the country, they're already gonna come to you, all right? And they'll be shipping out. Annuals do ship a couple of weeks later just because of their growing style, so don't worry about that. But for $20 to be able to get daylilies, and daylilies, Rochelle, are for everybody. You know, some people really like certain flowers. Everybody loves daylilies.
Everybody loves daylilies. They really are. And I gotta say too, of these 3, my personal favorite is that middle yellow one that you see there, because it's called Fragrant Returns. It smells amazing. I'm a sucker for anything that smells good on top of being beautiful. So I'm really drawn to that one personally, just because, you know, I'm constantly burying my face in flowers and, of course, sneezing and paying the price of that. But, it's so nice to be able to walk out into your garden and smell beautiful things. And, you know, from plant to plant, that olfactory sort of thing to me is what makes that particular one really special. Yeah. So, of course, you get all 3, which is great.
Isn't it nice? And I also love how deep the foliage is in contrast to the color of the flowers, which is wonderful about daylilies. This is a real deep green, and it offsets the yellows and the pinks and the oranges and all these flowers. And I love that we're giving you varieties so that you have different pops of color in your yard. These are so much fun to get out there and plant, because you're gonna wait and then they'll start to come up. I mean, it's like having kids again, right? You get to look and watch them grow. You wanna put a little harvest gold in them, you wanna put a little spray and grow on top of them, you can do that. But this is great for gardeners who have never tried to garden before, because as we said, it's kind of hard to muck this up, it really is. I mean, you just put them in the ground, little dirt on them, let them go. Like you said, you can even have them upside down, they're still gonna find the sunshine.
You're not gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
You know what else, Guy, is, you know, I teach people how to design their own gardens and how to put plants together. And one thing I'm always preaching to them is to vary the texture of the leaves. And that can be sort of tricky sometimes. You know, a lot of plants sort of have similar sort of leaf shapes and textures. And so it's always nice when you have something like this that has that really grassy texture that's really, you know, flowy and kind of has that waterfall quality, because it offsets other things really well. And this particular, these particular daylilies, they're what I would call kind of a medium-sized plant. So there'll be bigger plants that you maybe want to plant behind them, and then there'll be smaller, shorter plants that you want to plant in front of them. But this is like nice for that middle of the bed, you know, and it's so lovely because it helps everything else kind of offset, and it, you know, because it's different, that grassy, really flowing, nice texture there. You know, the flowers are you know, the cherry on top, but that texture really will help a lot of your other plants that you have in your garden also look really great.
Yeah, and I love that they thrive in every part of the country, so you don't have to worry, right?
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, they're very tolerant. These are going to want sun, so but they'll take a little bit of shade. You don't want to plant these in the deep shade, but as part of being those sun-loving plants, they're very water-wise. I mean, if you're in a drought place, you're not going to have to worry about these. These are not going to, you know, just keel over and die. They're so tough. Oh, and I wanted to come back to something you said. You said you planted them around your foundation and they look so nice. Yeah. That is something that is really nice about these, is they are very tidy. They don't, some plants when they spread, and these do, I wouldn't say spread, but they get bigger. They kind of like, you know, spread in sort of this nice way. they don't ever get out of control. And they literally, you know, they'll spread and they'll kind of grow together in rows. They'll stay in that neat and tidy place that you put them, which I'm always grateful for. Like plants that go out of control, then you got to wrangle them back in.
Oh yeah, you can see right there. See that shot right there? How they will hold the row. I love that. So if you do like, you know, a little bit of balance in your yard and you want to do them like I said, I just have a row of them against the house and they are so beautiful. And you're gonna get all 6. All right, we gotta move on from those, Rochelle, because I know we got a full show today. But grab them while you can, and